On the first problem, we need to be able to find a solution to the following equation. We are given an equation, and we need to be able to find the values of x. Now, the first thing that we need to do is to be able to factor the denominators. So if you notice that x plus 5, can we factor the x plus 5? No. Can we factor out the 3? No. But we can factor out the 3x plus 5. I'm going to take out the common factor. So one number divides 3 and 15. I can factor out 3. And what's left? We have the x, and 3 times positive 5 will give us 15. Now, since we do have an x on the denominator, we need to be able to find the restrictions. Remember, the denominator cannot be 0. So for what values of x, we'll make this a 0. We need to be able to find the restrictions. The restrictions will tell us what values of x cannot, what are the values that x cannot be equal to. So first, x plus 5. X plus 5 is the denominator, it cannot be equal to 0. If you move your 5 to the right, that tells you that x cannot be equal to negative 5. Because if x is equal to negative 5 plus 5 will give you a 0. We also have a 3, but there's no x. Therefore, we don't have to place as part of the denominator or the restrictions. And on the next one, we have a 3 and an x plus 5. The x plus 5 is already taken care of. So the only restriction that we have is that x cannot be equal to negative 5. Now, whenever we have an equation, the best thing to do is to be able to get rid of the denominators. Therefore, we're going to multiply by the LCD. Let's see. I need to cancel this x plus 5, so my LCD has to contain an x plus 5. I also need to cancel this 3, so my LCD should have a 3 as well. I need to cancel this 3, which will cancel with this 3. And I need to cancel this x plus 5, which is already part of the LCD. So therefore, my LCD will be 3x plus 5. I'm going to multiply each of the fractions by 3x plus 5. 3x plus 5 and 3x plus 5. On the first fraction, the x plus 5 cancels, so I just have a 3 times negative 4. I still have the 3 multiplied by the negative 4 plus. On the next fraction, what cancels? The 3's cancel, so I have a x plus 2 multiplied by x plus 5. And on the last fraction, the 3's cancel and the x plus 5 cancels. So therefore, I just have a negative 8. Now, I just need to simplify this and solve it. I'm going to multiply 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. And I'm going to distribute the x to both of them and the positive 2 to both. So I'm going to multiply it out. X times x will give me x squared. X times 5 will give me positive 5x. 2 times x will give me positive 2x. And 2 times 5 will give me positive 10. And that's equal to negative 8. From here, I'm going to combine like terms. So I'm still trying to simplify the left-hand side. I have x squared. That will give me positive 7x. And negative 12 plus 10 will give me negative 2 equal to negative 8. Now, in order to solve this equation, I need to be able to make it equal to 0. To make it equal to 0, I'm going to move my negative 8 to the left, becomes a positive 8. That will give me x squared plus 7x plus 6 is equal to 0. Now that it is equal to 0, I can solve it. I can try to factor it. Now, because this is a 7, I cannot complete the square. This will have to be even. So if I cannot factor, I'm going to have to use the quadratic formula. But in this case, it factors nicely. So factors of x squared will be x and x. Factors of 6 will be 6 and 1, and they both should be positive. If you multiply it together, it should give you a positive 7x. That's 1x, and 6x will give you 7x. Because they are multiplying in equal to 0, I can use my zero product property. That means that x plus 6 is equal to 0 or x plus 1 equal to 0. I'm going to solve it. Move the 6 to the right, becomes a positive 6. Excuse me, a negative 6. I'm going to move my 1 to the right, becomes a negative 1. And those are my two solutions. If you guys notice, they do not conflict with my restrictions, so both of them are okay. Remember that you need to give me my restrictions, and please be sure to write down your LCD so I can just check your work.